early live chat at, what was that? 4:09 p.m. Well, thank you, Megan. And then we got a couple of likes already. Thank y'all. Well, welcome. Welcome to the live stream. I am Justin the Zilla. Let me make sure stuff's actually working. Excuse me for being late, y'all. We're here in the actual live. I mean, I'm early this time. Sorry, my lighting's all weird. It's just perfect. It just looks weird. I don't like it. Maybe that's it. There we go. That actually looks better. But yeah, welcome. I am Justin the Zilla. Welcome to another weekly live stream unboxing. So where we just, well, as the name is, we open figures, unbox them live. Every week. Now, every Friday for the past month. Because of life. Because I got a job. And the schedule changes. So we're doing our thing. But you know, if you're liking this, be sure to give it a like. Leave a comment what you want to see if you're new here, or if you want to see any other content or want to see anything else, I guess, from this channel. I'm just going to plug. And then, you know, subscribe. I want to grow this channel more. Like, I know I'm only really doing just the live streams, but I care about doing this every week. I mean, yeah, because y'all really came out for the support in last week's live stream unboxing with the Supersonic and Super Shadow unboxing. Like, that got like over 340 views. It's like got 349, I think. And yeah, and then like 7 likes, like pretty good for this channel. Not too shabby, not too bad. I wish all those people would subscribe so that I can maybe get somewhere a little quicker. But you know, this channel's existed for over a decade now, and back then I was just doing it yeah, back then I was just like, okay, I'll just post whenever, and I'll still kind of do that. But now I wanted to kind of actually engage and do this. I'm sorry I'm rambling. I don't have anything else to really talk about. Well, except for figures, you know, because we see the wall. You notice there's a thing missing, you know, the thing that's been on the wall for like the past month, I believe. I can't remember. Yeah, because timeline would work. So probably about a month it's been up there, but now it's replaced with the Retro Carded Slash. And one day we're gonna get him open and those open specifically. Because we got ideas. We got the brain thing working. But in any case, we're here to talk figures. We're here to look at stuff. We're here to just have fun, to do our thing. So yeah, so first thing, of course, at the start of every live stream unboxing, we have a weekly pickup. Sometimes we don't actually have one, but it's a segment. It's in there. It's our introductory, if you will. I don't know. And excuse the scruffiness as usual. Working, making it through. So, you know, the profile is not, that's bad, but that's not bad. But yeah. So our weekly pickup of like, okay, yeah, like our pickup for this week, one I got just the other day because I was like, I kind of want to get a figure. I've been working hard. The paycheck hit. I'm feeling good. And I was like, you know what? We'll just go with something, yeah, that just goes, yeah, with most of the Marvel collection, but something that's new and something that is a unique character, and that is the Secret Wars Titania. So she is the newest figure. I know it's like kind of old news by now. I mean, some people were getting this back in in like December even, but it's more of kind of even like last month, I guess, was kind of like the time. It's like when these were really coming out, but they were at my GameStop. I've been supporting GameStop a little bit more, even though, you know, yeah, like every company these days, they're doing weird stuff. They're being stupid, but, you know, it's like, but I like my store. I like my guys. I just realized that the whole blister card is actually damaged. I never realized that. Kind of makes me want to get a. It's like I shouldn't have paid full price, but it's like, but I got. It's like, but I got the pro thing. I'll be honest, I got that. Saves a bit of cash. It's actually not too bad. So pretty cool, pretty neat, and a nice new original figure for the for the collection, and a new card backed to kind of collect. I don't know if I want to keep this one. I think I will because it's Titania, and maybe I'll get the Beyonder. And I do like the little imaging back there, and then have the whole wave. I'm planning on getting kind of most of these. Definitely need to get the the symbiote Spider-Man. Gotta have that. You gotta have an upgrade of the original because this is on the Amazing Friends body, or the Amazing Fantasy body, so a little bit smaller and kind of more proportionate, looks better. And then the new Captain America I might get because I just like the colors and the new head sculpts. But I do like my 20th anniversary cap. But it's like, but seeing this in store, it's like, and it is there in store, so I'm like, oh, maybe we might just get at some point. Iron Man, I don't really plan on getting him. The only interesting thing about that figure is that it comes with the roller skates and also his gun from the original toy, but overall I don't really need it. I have a classic Iron Man. I like my Iron Man that's on my on my main Avengers shelf. And I got plenty of Iron Mans. I don't really need another classic Iron Man. But then we have Wolverine, another brown suit Wolverine. Don't really need it, honestly. Like, it looks good. And I do like the brighter colors, and I do like the unmasked head sculpt. But it's like, but I'm happy. But I'm happy. With my CT Toys brown suit Wolverine because he scales well, and I think he just looks better overall. It's so cool. And then of course we have Titania here, and then also going to get Beyonder at some point too, and he was also there at GameStop as well, and also Iron Man too. But also but Beyonder for sure gotta get, because he's like the kind of like the guy who made this happen. In some case, I don't know. Beyonder's power. Yeah. Oh yeah, because he created Titania. Yeah, it's like, well, Dr. Doom did, but it's like, but you need Beyonder. Beyonder's so cool. I always liked his kind of like his look and his kind of thing going on there. So yeah, neat little pickup. Expect more of these in the pickups. At least the Beyonder and probably Captain America for now. The symbiote Spider-Man, I've only seen like once in person, but that was like forever ago. So one day it'll happen, but probably not the Wolverine and probably not the Iron Man. So 4 out of 6. Not too bad. Is that right, math? Yeah, that's right, math. There's 6 figures in the wave. Yeah, but yeah. But I do gotta mention, does kind of suck. I didn't even notice that. It's like, and the guy probably would have. It's like, he was a nice guy, a nice cashier. But that whole like front piece is like there. I can literally touch that. So it's something for the future. But it's like I cut out the actual card, so I don't really care too much for the plastic. It's more about the actual card and the figure, of course. But yeah, also, well, that's it. For weekly pickups, make sure everything's working. We'll check. Thing is, my thing, it is. I just can't see it. And I know I've been rambling, but I'm just excited to talk toys with y'all. And then, but a little bit of admin before we get into this retro carded the Cobra Commander. Originally I did plan this as a double live stream, but because of my time constraints as of this moment, and it's like, and I also have to work tomorrow too, so that's the big thing why we're just doing one. But originally I had planned to open up the Super 7 G.I. Joe Cobra Commander I planned to do this as a dual stream, but because of time, can't really do it. So he's not going to be open, but did want to give you another look at him. We got him at Walmart for $10. I couldn't believe it either, but it was so good. It's like, and this is originally like $60, so it's crazy. Yeah, that I was able to get this for $10. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll do a short or anything. If y'all want to see like a short or like a video about this figure and kind of like comparing, maybe doing a short, I think that's fine if I got the time, hopefully. But it's like but it is neat to see these start like the differences from this to the Hasbro. So we're gonna have to see. But yeah, but this is also Hasbro because they own GI Joe, but like it's Super 7. But in any case, cool figure. I might even just open it just after this, or even like tomorrow if I wanted to, just to get them in hand and be like, oh, here's the things, and do the comparison that I originally planned on. But it's not going to happen today. We do have another Cobra Commander to compare with, and it is in the classified line, of course. But still, just want to shout out this and be like, hey, it's like, yeah, I do own this. And I forgot about it up until, like an hour before this. I was like, oh yeah, I got this. I forgot that I planned that. And it didn't happen. So, sorry, but we'll look at this guy another day. But, any case, if anyone chatting up, nope. But, we're going to go ahead. We're going to switch over our camera. Get this figure over here. Switch it over. Get y'all looking at this thing. Get that working. I have to do that. I keep forgetting. But here we go. Here's our... Okay. Here's our figure. We'll switch on over. And we got to make room. Because I forget how much bigger this card is. Then we're going to switch over our lights. Over here. Is that okay? I don't know. He's kind of big. Also, this camera is not as straight as I want it to be, but that feels like that looks better. But there we go. The classified series Cobra Commander. The GI Joe Retro Carded Cobra Commander. Cobra. Okay. Yeah. But here it is. A nice, awesome figure. Also bought at GameStop. Another needed upgrade and character for another shelf. Megan, hello. Hello, Megan. Welcome to the live stream. We're opening up the GI Joe the GI Joe Retro Carded Cobra Commander. I gotta stop saying classified. I'm so used to saying classified now, but it's not. It's not classified. It's retro because it's old-timey Cobra Commander, and this is the 6-inch. That goes in scale, kind of with the classified, because they brought it back with classified, and now it's back to the retros. Yeah, but really cool packaging. Love this retro style packaging, and of course, it's the newer, thicker card. So it's like compared to their first kind of like couple waves of these, they were kind of thin and flimsy, but these are definitely a better kind of stock here. So they actually keep shape and they don't get deformed in shipping or kind of like in packaging. So very, very nice. You have your GI Joe logo up there, your Cobra enemy, kind of stamp on there, and then you have your Cobra Commander name, your little image of Cobra Commander. It's not really little; it's a pretty big image there, but really cool. It has the classic explosion, and then of course you have the whole figure with all of its accessories, even the little Hasbro paper and the stand there, but in the all red background. have your warning label, your 4+, your classic Hasbro logo there. Actually, kind of nice. I always like those retro ones. And then we have your G.I. Joe logo here at the back. Have your little cutout. Yeah, kind of like your character classified kind of file, I guess, here. So that's really cool. I'm not going to read it all, but if you do, you can pause it right here. Pretty cool, but you have your Cobra logo there. You have the same image of Cobra Commander there. All the same kind of like the role, primary, specialty, the secondary, and the birthplace all in there. Classified, for the birthplace. That's weird. But then you have the rest of the wave, the whole wave here, that's represented. So you have, the Cobra Commander image. You have Stalker, and you just have, your Cobra Soldier, or it's not the infantry. I think it's just a Cobra Soldier. I don't know for sure. But then you have all your legalese, warnings, code, how much this was for. But I think we're gonna go ahead and finally get this figure open because this looks great. It's like, I think that kind of like ever since they first released this, I think with the His Tank, I think it's like the same exact look. It might be slightly different, but just based on what I've seen, it looks exactly the same. But it's like, but this is like a perfect looking figure. I love like the chrome kind of mask look to it. It looks so cool. It's like, I just love this classic Cobra Commander. Megan says, show me all the Spider-Man toys, the new ones. Yeah, you got, did you? Then, I haven't gotten any new Spider-Man figures. I did get a Secret Wars Titania, which is Marvel, but not specifically Spider-Man. But we're gonna win this guy and use our trusty Zacto Blade. We won't be showing off any Spider-Man today, Megan. How about Sonic? No Sonic tonight, Megan. This is all about Cobra. All about the Joes. You got Sonic last week. Sonic was pretty cool. But nice little extraction. Easy extraction to get out the classic Hasbro paper. And of course, goes away. We hate that paper. We're haters. We're going to be careful with this now. That's a nice toy, says Megan. It is a nice toy. The cool Cobra Commander. Really neat. Do I want to do... trying to figure out what I want to do with this. I might just want to just like cut here at the bottom. I'll just have to be careful, but we are going to tilt this down so you can actually see what I'm doing. Come up a little bit, so you can actually look at the toy as I'm doing it. How do I get this to where it's straight on and not awful looking? This is like a whole mess right here. Okay. Maybe that's a little better. I think that's okay. We're going to try out just cutting here at the bottom to get out this Cobra Commander clean to kind of save the card, because I do keep the cards. I just cut off the plastic. And I do want to try to do this on camera, but I also don't want to cut myself. So we're going to take it very, very carefully. Also have to do it kind of correctly. Okay. Point there. Then do this very carefully. See if we can get them. I think so. We're going to put our knife away and be safe. I don't know where's my cap on there. There it is. Our little protective piece or X-Acto blade because they're very sharp. You don't want to cut yourself. But there's the stand. Oh, Cobra stand. Then you have your whole card here intact, besides the bottom. But that would be even easy enough to like glue, and you wouldn't even like see that if you're just looking. So yeah, so clean, nice card. Very, very good. We'll kind of toss it over here. We'll get our Cobra Commander. I think we'll have to have it like this. Yeah. We'll do it like this there. There's our Cobra Commander and all his plastic glory and his plastic prism. Really, this is meant for a more like a vertical kind of setup. But you get your extra hands there. You get your little holster there, your gun there, your Cobra Commander figure looking amazing. A little knife too, and his little shoes and his little knife sheath and all his plastic glory. And of course, the stand that just sits there on the side. Very nice. It does have a little like scuffs and little kind of like dings. Like yeah, this is definitely just made in a factory kind of cheaply. But it still looks cool, and I like the Cobra logo there. Very nice, and that's like a separate piece kind of embedded, or I guess it's kind of like sculpted in. But in any case, it still looks great and has two little flip pegs, so definitely kind of like that retro kind of toy, I think, kind of thing. Because I think that they all came with little plates too. I kind of wish they even had like a little like a sticker, like a nameplate here, because they do have like that, that part of like embedded. I kind of wish that they would have had that. But in any case, this is still really nice. To just have a stand is always just nice these days. Just something simple, something a little bit more. But we'll get out and do this. We're going to get out the hands. We're going to get out all of our accessories, I should say. Get this. Oh, there we go. Get that. Still want to like show y'all as much as I can, even though they have these packed in pretty tight. You can get them out. Not too shabby. Cobra Commander last. We will get the knife. Oh, that's a knife. Okay. But yeah, there's our little knife there. And we'll get our Cobra Commander. Always, we kind of do feet first. Kind of the easiest. And sometimes the hardest to get for figures, but I always should think that's always kind of like my personal way of doing it. There's our plastic prison. Gone away. Over there on the floor. Ooh. Okay. Megan says I'm playing PlayStation. Yes, so I'm sorry, but I don't talk too much. Oh, that's fine, Megan. You're all good. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this Cobra Commander. See what's going on with it. Oh. Oh. Okay. It is kind of stiff in packaging, but here we're gonna get him in here. But here's our Cobra Commander. looking actually pretty nice. I do actually like this look a lot. It's like I will say it's like on the helmet, and you can see actually the phone in there. Hello, it actually is very reflective. I wonder if you could. Well, I don't know how you can see my face in this, but can you see me? Hello? I don't know. Yeah, you probably couldn't see me up there, but it's like yeah. But I will say it's like with mine already, it has like a little like a bubble kind of thing going on to the mask, and excuse it, but look at that. It's all kind of like yeah, like look at that. It's all like not smooth. It has like a lot of like air bubbles, so that kind of sucks. But honestly, it's like you kind of lose it with the chrome. You don't really see it at least that much. There's like some dust, I think that'll probably get on there, but honestly, it's like it doesn't really bother me that much. And I don't know if that is like the design of it, but if it's not, that kind of sucks. But I think this still looks cool and has the classic white, yeah, kind of like stripe to the helmet, and the helmet is of course the classic, just the lay down helmet look there. But a great chrome. It's like yeah, it's kind of like I would love to see like them like do like a full like a chrome character if they could with Hasbro. It'd probably be a lot of money. But this is very, very, very nice. I do like this effect, and I think it works really, really well. And then of course you have at the neck you have this little collar piece. Here we're gonna do this, but here's your little collar piece. There has your two kind of like your diamond shaped, yeah, kind of like neck pieces. Yeah, they're painted in black. Have your light blue like your undershirt. Yeah, that goes to the collar, and then down here, and then at the jacket have your studs all throughout. Have your coat buttons there. Your Cobra logo right there on the chest. Has little silver punch-ins there. Has some straps right there, so that's very nice. Yeah, a little detail, and then those even actually technically connect to this, yeah, to this upper white belt. Yeah, that has like a little like a silver kind of buckle kind of thing up there, and has like the one like the belt loop there. Then it just has like a little like the connector point to that, but it's like yeah, but that is sculpted onto the lower torso, so it doesn't actually break up any of the articulation at all. So that's pretty good. And then of course at the actual at the actual waist you do have another belt where it has like a red like a kind of like a pointer kind of thing. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, but it's pretty neat. And then you have two black pouches on here on the back, and then just all black leather. Not a lot of detail on there. It's like they didn't really punch in like any silver here on the buttons, but not too bad. And then you have the pants and the crotch piece that have the red line that goes down. I am missing some red there. It is kind of thin there. It doesn't really cover the whole thing, and even on each side of the pants there is some missing on each. Which kind of sucks, but nice little texture and detail, and that's all sculpted in there too. And down to the shoes where it's actually like a wraparound of the shoe. It doesn't go under, but it's like it just kind of like goes on there. It's like, but that makes sense that they wouldn't do that because you want this guy to, stand up straight. So if he would have like little things on it there, it would probably not help with the standing. But it is like a weird design choice. It's like I never really noticed it on Cobra Commander. I thought that he just had like either like boots or or just straight like black shoes that didn't have like this costume kind of coming down. Yeah, like his whole suit kind of over it. But but it doesn't really bother me. It's like it kind of actually looks good. I think it works. And that's just the design of the character. So so it's always good. It's Cobra Commander. I mean, so what else I can say? Yeah, but what else can I say? It looks so cool. It looks awesome. I really like this. And then I guess if we want to go ahead over articulation and then we'll do accessories? I think we'll do articulation. So of course I think you just have a ball that goes up to the head and then have a ball at the bottom of the neck. So altogether, you can only really look up about that far. It's not that bad, but not great either. Look down, pretty okay, not too bad. You do get a bit of tilt on there too, but that's kind of like on the head a little bit. Yeah, a little bit so side there, but of course you get a full rotation at the top of the head and probably also at the neck, but it's probably pretty limited because of that sculpting there. But then at the arms, you do have a butterfly joint. So the arms can come forward about that far. Or if we get them all the way, I actually am. You do kind of notice that there is like a big, like a seam line there. So that kind of sucks. Unless that's hair on the body, I guess so. I don't know. It feels like the body is kind of like coming loosely apart. I don't know. It's not like breaking apart, but like it feels like the seams were not that noticeable, unless I'm just not looking at it. But with the butterfly joints, so you can go forward about that far, not too bad. You can go forward a little bit more, I would like, but that's all right. But then you come back pretty far, not too bad, honestly, for Cobra Commander. And then, of course, with the shoulder, you can do a full rotation, and as we just saw, you can go up about that far, and then, of course, just come back down there, and then at the arm, you have a bicep swivel there, pretty nice, and then double jointed pinless elbows. With the Joes, it's been pinless for a bit with some, but they are kind of tough. And the packaging, it is kind of tough, so I'm going to do this behind camera. Oh, there we go. So I just don't want to really stress it the wrong way. But there we have our full range there. Pretty good. I mean, it's like almost all the way up there. So pretty nice. And then with the trigger finger hands that come packed in, they do have a up and down hinge and a rotation. And I think it's the same for the other one. It is a up and down. I do kind of want to see if I can get this to break free. I don't want to break the arm, but I want it to actually articulate. It feels like that they're using like a lot of, I don't know if there's like a lot of glue thing kind of going on here. Okay, I don't want to push that too much, but it's like we only got it to about there for that one. It's like, yeah, that one elbow piece is like really, really stuck. But this one is going up all the way, so that's nice. So pretty cool. But yeah, but then again, yeah, with this hand too, you do also have a up and down hinge there and a rotation, and then we'll go over the other hands and see what they have when we get to them. But in any case, we're going to get over here, get to the torso where we do have a ab crunch there, so we can go forward about that far, come back about that far, not too bad. And then you do actually, it's like at the waist, you do have a ball that goes into the torso, so you can actually come forward about that much, not that far really. Back, not too bad, honestly. I don't mind it, but then you can go side to side and do also a full 360 and kind of like a hula hoop action. Really cool, really nice, not bad at all. I mean, you can get him looking up like that. Where he's like, I can't believe you. I can't believe you did that. It's like, it's cool. It's like, but this keeps falling down on me. Like, keep touching it. Because I'm touching his legs. I'm moving his legs. But down to the legs where you get all there. So kick out forward pretty far. Pretty good. Kick down. Well, kick back. Not too bad. It's like, oh yeah. And then with these, they also do have a ball. Yeah, like a drop down at both of the legs, so they can actually go down about that far, so that can give them even more range. I mean, look at that. He can kick up, to someone's like chest or stomach. Like that's crazy. But then, well, of course, it's like then of course here he does have the knife sheath. It keeps falling on me because I keep touching it, but we will, just move it for now to show off that there is a thigh swivel there. Of course, it kind of like it breaks up the sculpt there, but I don't think that's really that much of a problem. I think that you can work around it pretty well. And then, of course, you have your pinless double jointed knees. Well, these are the elbows. That's the knees. I'm going to put this knife sheath back on. Even though it keeps falling on me, it keeps getting loose. That's probably just because I'm keep touching it. But we're going to try to get this leg. We don't want to break it, but man, these are tight. I guess it's nice to know that they are pretty secure. As you can see here, he gets up not that far, not too bad. I wonder how his other leg is that doesn't have the holster. I don't want to break this thing. Hold up. Behind the camera. Move everything. Whoa. Excuse me while I struggle to not break this figure while trying to make it show off its articulation. Man, these knees and elbows are like super tight. Okay, I'm not going to push it anymore because it's just not going to go. So it's kind of like, okay, it is kind of like our right side of our limbs are kind of are a little bit stuck because I don't want to move that and I don't want to move that. So just got to do some heating, sadly, but still not too bad. But then getting down here to the actual shoes, but you do actually have a boot swivel there. So that's actually kind of interesting to actually have that, but it's like, but that also breaks up your sculpt there, but I don't really mind it. I don't really care that much. But then with the feet, you kick back almost all the way. That's amazing. Kick forward, pretty good, not too bad. But then, of course, it's all about that ankle rocker pivot. It's like the best thing that they ever do. And they're like the best at it. I don't know how they can just have it so smooth, but it's so well done. It's just so simple. But yeah, cool little Cobra Commander. Can we get him in a good pose while he's just as basic as possible without anything on him? I'm trying to get the sheath to stay on there, but look at the Cobra. Not too shabby, not too bad. Pretty fun. It's like, of course, there's some mishaps going on, especially with the helmet being all kind of bubbly with that, which kind of sucks. It has air bubbles in there, but you know what? It's working. It's like you can't really notice it that much. Of course, but in the light you can see, but like here, you can't really see it. I don't really see it, but I got bad eyes anyway, so I don't know. But in any case, really nice looking figure. Does have pretty good articulation. It's pretty much like the standard for when it comes to a G.I. Joe, so they can put more into this, but it looks great. It cuts a great silhouette as well. But we'll go over his accessories. Of course, I think we'll first go over his little knife here. Just a basic little knife with the the silver blade, and then with the hilt, just a black kind of a hilt to it with a a guard there, just a little silver ball at the end there. So not too bad. And of course that does go into that. And so that just goes right into the sheath. I don't think it really matters which way it goes. It'll just go right in there. So pretty nice. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it's a specific. So pretty good. It fits it pretty well. But Jay Toygo, welcome to the live stream. says you just got to put some hot water or use a blow dryer. Of course. It's like, yeah, but my preferred method is the blow dryer. But yeah, always got to heat up figures, especially these days, which is kind of a shame that we got to do that. But it's like, it's kind of like, if you want better plastic quality, it's going to be stuck a little bit more. So it's just how it is. Yeah, at least, with some figures, it's like you don't have to take them apart, to make them work. But we do have, I think this believe is, like Cobra Commander's like a back plate, and with a sheath there, and it does have a little Cobra logo there, so very nice. And then there's a little cutout here, and has that going on there. I think this is also with the original toy, but he does have a peg hole back there, has a peg here. We'll get that into there. It doesn't go entirely flush onto the body, but it does sit on there, and you have what I would say, like your straps, kind of like they represent that. Yeah, to kind of be like, hey, it's like, this is what is holding this. He just has it kind of like under the front of his suit because he has like little holes in there, I guess, or whatever, or they just end there. I don't know. But in any case, it doesn't really cut up, the silhouette, especially if you have it like at this angle. It doesn't really stick out at least that much, but it still looks pretty cool. But Jay Toygo says, I love the chrome face mask. I have this figure as well. The one that came with the Hiss Tank, the Mickey Mouse version, I like a little bit more. Okay. It's like, I didn't really know that there was really a difference between this and the Hiss Tank one. It kind of looked the same to me. But if you said it's a Mickey Mouse version, which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's like, but I definitely really, really, really like the chrome here. It's like, that's definitely like a nice kind of like a touch. It kind of feels a little premium. So it gives it a nice kind of like, I guess, kind of like collector feel in my eyes. Because like, but Jay also says he has that figure too, and I assume also the Hiss Tank as well. It's like, I kind of wish I got the Hiss Tank, but I'm like, where am I gonna put it? I can really I can really only fit figures. Jay says the Cobra logo on his chest looks like Mickey Mouse ears. That's why they started calling it that. But the chrome on this one is very unique. Yeah, the chrome on this one like is so. Yes, I don't think that Hasbro like ever like has like you use like an actual chrome like this where it's like full kind of like clean. Of course, with mine it's still kind of like all like like all like it has like some air bubbles in it. I don't know if yours is like that too, Jay, but it would suck if that's what they're all like. But if not, yeah, oh well. It's like with mine, you don't really even like see that, thankfully, like because it kind of just blends right into the chrome because the chrome is so shiny, you don't even see it really, except with the light. Except with the right light. But yeah, it's like, but it is neat that they did change. It's like if they did change, the Cobra logo there, like it would make sense because this just feels like the classic. But I don't know if that's the same or not. I don't know. No, mine is not. You can always reach out to Hasbro customer support if you have the receipt. They will replace it. I do. I believe I do. I'll have to check my pile of receipts. But yeah, but that would be cool. It's like if they could replace that. It's like, but I do love this figure, even despite that. So sometimes, sometimes even like these big defects, I'm kind of like only I'm really gonna see it. But here's his gun. If we want to keep going with our accessories, it's just a little like a ray gun. Has a little bit of red for that little cross thing, going on there, and that continues there, and then just the all gun kind of piece there. So not too bad. We will give him the gun in his head. Yeah, like in his hand. Excuse me. If I can speak at all. Can this thing please? It only has the one, but it's something. We'll give him his gun because he's got the trigger finger hand. And hinge it up and down. We'll do them just like that. Kind of a more of a, I guess, kind of like a simple, kind of just like a pointing. Where he's kind of like, what are you doing, Joe? Like, I got you, you Joes. Or he's like, it's kind of more forward facing. I don't really know. Jay says this one also has the white stripe on his helmet. The Mickey Mouse version doesn't. Yeah, I like the white stripe because it's more like what he looked like in the cartoon. Oh, okay. So, yeah. So I guess in the original, like the toy, or even in the comics, yeah, did he not have the white stripe? But I definitely do think of him as like one having a white stripe and then also without. But I do like the white stripe on here. It actually is pretty nice, and it goes with the belt too, so it kind of ties in there. And yeah, and even with the shininess of the belt buckle, I think it's pretty nice. But he looks good with his little gun there. I think it works. And of course, as we can see, you can store it in there. So I think you can just insert it. I think that's correct. That feels right. So you can just sit on there. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of like, yeah, yeah, it's not like flush like that, but it's kind of flush like that. But then it kind of actually sticks out a little more. So I don't know if that's actually more accurate. That's not too bad. And again, I kind of might even prefer kind of like this angle on him, so where you kind of hide it away, but it's still kind of peeking out there. But it kind of works with the whole silhouette of the figure. Also, we'll just put him on the stand, anyways, because he's got a stand. I keep forgetting that, but it will, at least for now, we will get him on his stand. And of course, he has his two peg holes there. Okay, there we go. We'll get this. Of course, it gives him a little bit extra height. We're gonna get him. We'll get him at like face value here. Right there. We're gonna come in a little bit closer, maybe, just to give ourselves a little bit more stuff going on. There we go. There we are. But Jay says now you need two Crimson Guards, one on each side of him. I don't know. If I'll be honest, it's like my G.I. Joe, kind of like my knowledge and kind of like what I think about it is very limited. So I kind of just think about, yeah, kind of like soldiers surrounding him, and kind of, yeah, like with Destro, yeah, like in the Baroness. It's like with those two I kind of think about. But I'll have to look. But I'll have to look at the Crimson Guards. There's no doubt that they would look really, really cool. Yeah, because I've seen those figures and they are cool. But then with the hands, we'll show off first our unique hand. So we have a right pointer finger hand, and I think this is brand new sculpt because it does have a different hand peg on there, and then have a open, yeah, kind of like a claw, yeah, kind of like a grabbing hand. It's like, yeah, like how he's supposed to, yeah, kind of like hold something. Not really sure. I guess it's supposed to be like the, yeah, the end of the gun if you want to have them like two wield it, you know, like two hand it, and then you also have a pair of two fists as well, which is always nice to have different things. So we're gonna switch out his left hand. See how hard, not too hard, at least at first, to take out, but to put in a hand. No, not bad, and you can articulate it pretty well. So it does come out of packaging pretty smooth, and of course looks pretty smooth there. I do think, yeah, we will do his pointer because it's Cobra Commander. I feel like he's always just pointing at people, at least in my opinion. That's what I kind of think of him. It's just kind of like, go get them. It's like, go do my bidding. You stupid soldiers. Like, yeah. It's kind of like, you fool. Kind of like, I'm no fool. He's kind of like, we'll even do just a full on, full extended pointer if we can get this elbow to work. Very, very stiff. Where he's just kind of like, I don't know. It just looks wrong. I don't know. But Jay Toigo says I still hear Chris Latte's voice. He had that scratchy voice. Yeah, that was just so iconic. Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, at the moment, like it's always like the villains you always think of. It's like these, yeah, kind of like these very kind of like these crazy looking villains, and it's like, and they always give them, yeah, like yeah, the weirdest like the voice in the world, but it's like it works so well. It's like Cobra Commander, Destro. I don't know how he really talked, but he was really cool. Like, but look at that, figure. It looks so cool, even if we do, and where it's kind of like a, I want you to join Cobra, kind of just like that. It's like that's pretty cool. That's really neat that you can just get a little pose like that. Yeah, so really, really nice figure. Nice little amount of accessories. Of course, has the knife, the little holster on the back, and the gun as well. But he might just be like this for a while. Yeah, just for a while. It's like because he looks so great. Jay also says it's definitely a good figure and a great pack-in for your collection for sure. A pickup, he says. Well, thank you, Jay. Yeah, it definitely is a pretty nice, yeah, like a pickup, and honestly, a great, yeah, kind of like upgrade to, to the Cobra Commanders we have had before. I'm gonna move my accessories out of the way, because I think we will be moving on already to, yeah, to our comparisons. My camera's all, and I feel like it's not in the center. It just looks weird. I don't know. I'm always finicky with this stuff. I'm always messing around, but hopefully y'all enjoy it. I mean, it's like almost 300 of y'all, watched the chaos of last week, and y'all enjoyed that, I guess. But I'm trying to get this Cobra Commander kind of more centered up. I do want him kind of a little closer, but not taking up that much room. There we go. Kind of like perfectly right there. And like little micro things like that. Does that look okay? I think it looks all right. I think it looks cool. It looks amazing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just tweaking it. Okay, we're gonna keep it like that. But we're gonna go ahead with our comparisons. And I am debating on who should I do first. I want to hear from y'all in the live chat. Who should we do first? Should we do the Joe team or the Cobra team that I kind of gathered around here? I'm kind of thinking going with Joe's, end off with the villains, end off with all of our more kind of like comparisons with the crew that they're with. Or if we want to do Joe's, Jay says Cobra. Oh yeah, but then also before comparisons, still want to do a little shout out to the Super 7, the Cobra Commander, which was originally our plan to open this week as well, but we're just doing, just this Cobra Commander for now. Hopefully y'all understand, but I gotta I gotta go to sleep soon because I work early in the morning. But I still want to do these Friday live streams because I want to do live streams because they're fun. But yeah, Jay says but Jay says Cobra, so we're gonna probably go with Cobra. Then I always appreciate the requests, always the input. So we'll go with the Cobra crew first. I think. Do we want to start with for heavy hitters, or do we want to start with our more kind of like like our few extra Cobra characters? Because I got like my 3 heavy hitters, and then I have like 3 kind of like basic, kind of like Cobra, well, not basic, but it's like more unique characters that kind of delve into the bit of it. I think we might just do just the one. I think we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go. From our go with our more secondary characters. Do have a little bit of dust. Bring on the heavy hitters. The heavy hitters. All right, we'll go for it. Of course, first, and who I also have in the same post, because this is what I think of Cobra Commander. So our first, of course, has to be with the G.I. Joe Classified, our Cobra Commander, and you can already just tell like the vibes are like so different with this. This is like a way better kind of like proportioned figure. Even, I would say it's like this one is even kind of like, it's good for the time. It's like, but the helmet's not really amazing. It is kind of basic, but I do like the regal kind of clothing of it, and also the sword there is a nice touch. But I have him kind of in the same pose here, but very, very different design. But I think it's like just like of everyone else, I think I just like this classic design. It's like this new one is good for the time and was fine. It's a nice kind of like a modernization, I guess, of it. But hey, Rob, what up, bro? Welcome to the live stream. We just opened up, the G.I. Joe Retro Carded Cobra Commander, and now we're comparing him with the Classified Cobra Commander in the same pose, because that's what I think about Cobra Commander, honestly. But you can see, we're gonna actually put down his hand, but as you can see, it's like a very, very different look. That's going on here. Very, very cool. A nice upgrade. But Jay says 20 versus 2025. The detail on the on the one from 2020 is good. It's just a different style. I prefer the classic, but I think it's because of nostalgia growing up with the O-ring figures from the 80s for sure. Like, I think that this is definitely more of like a nostalgic, kind of like based, kind of like design for Cobra Commander. But honestly, it's like sometimes it's like, with these original designs, it's kind of like you don't broke, what can't be fixed. It's like, well, this one is still really good. I do like the whole, like the attention to detail. I think it has a very kind of like more, meticulous kind of like design, and it's more kind of like armor and kind of like regal and kind of like more, I would say it's like maybe even more kind of like dictatorish. I would say that's like, this is more kind of like a military, kind of like a leader, and this one is more of kind of like your regal, kind of a leader. It's like, it's kind of like, you're fascist, kind of like your whole garb, going on here. So it's like, just to put it bluntly, it's like, this is definitely more of like a modern, kind of like, beefed up, kind of like a Cobra Commander. It's like with nicer clothing. But Silent Rob says, I think they look really good. The paint job goes crazy. This one is like crazy. It's like, with this one with doing the full chrome helmet, is like the cherry on top for this. It's so cool compared to just having, just like your silver kind of paint on there. But really, really nice. It's like, I do wish I did have the exclusive version where he was in like a black and gold and red, with a full on like a cape kind of wish I had that, because that one I actually like a lot with this look. Like, and with this original Cobra Commander, I was just kind of like, it's like, it's all right. It's like, I think I like the more, it's like full on, yeah, kind of like regal, yeah, kind of like king look, yeah, that he had. But I just always like this original design. I think it just works better. And yeah, and I also think like proportions, I think that, yeah, I think that they've also like improved in that. So the head is smaller. The limbs, I think, are kind of longer, but also pinless as well, because you even have like that sticking out there, but that's not too bad because it's covered up there, but then you see it on that side. It's like, and then also the joints on these are kind of loose, while these are like pretty firm. And this one just looks so amazing. I love these. I love these figures. It's like, but I think that this is definitely a needed upgrade. But Jay says, yeah, hard to top a classic for sure. With such a iconic design and look, you can't really go wrong with this design here. So we'll put our other Cobra Commander here on the side. Get him to stand up. Him over there. We can do, I think we'll do, yeah, we're going to do this thing with all of our comparisons. If my camera can stay straight, is this even straight? Yeah, okay. It's fine. But there's our Cobra Commanders there. And for our next comparison, going with Cobra still, is with the Retro Carded Baroness. Now, this is the first one that they did. I think also, what was this? In 2021, 2022? Okay. It's like, well, this one was also in 2020. Or maybe this was like the classified. No, this was a retro card. It's like, but when they, but when they first started, I think, like doing the retro cards, like this was one of like their very first. So not like fully, I would say classic. This is kind of like, it's like, this is very much still like the classified, the Baroness, but where she's in the all black. Yeah, kind of look here. But I do like the designs. Like, I think it's like this, but this figure definitely needs, the upgrade, the double jointed arms and more kind of like proportion wise, because they did do a red costume of that, in a 3-pack, but I just didn't really care for the red costume, and I also couldn't really get the 3-pack. I don't think anywhere. I didn't really care for it too much, but this Baroness still looks great. I think she looks awesome. It's like, I do like the head sculpt, and the fact that you can take off the glasses too is very nice. So very, very cool. And then nice kind of like design of the costume detail, but kind of old. It definitely is showing its age. I mean, it's 5 years old already. But Jay says the mold is originally from 2020. She came with a bike, the Coil Target exclusive, and then this one is 2021 from Walmart Retro Card. Okay, so that was in 2021. Okay. It's like, I do remember, because this is the mold. Yeah, you're right. It's like, but with this one, actually, I think I gave her fists, because I don't think she actually came with fists from what I remember. Because I think I gave her the fist from the, what was it? The Beyond the Spider-Verse Spider-Woman, because I got her, the Kit Bash parts. I was left with her fist there. So I gave her a fist there because I wanted to just give her one, I think. But she does have the 2 guns there. It's like, well, maybe I should have her with the dual guns, but we'll see it down the line. But in any case, a cool figure, a nice thing to go with our Cobra Commander. Size-wise, it actually, I think, scales pretty well. But pretty cool. Looks very neat. Can we get this focusing? Looks very good, though. Is kind of small and kind of scrawny, but ugh. And then Jay says there is a pilot version that is going to come with the Rattler. Looks amazing. Can't wait to get that along with the Rattler. Huh. Okay. It's like, I think I remember like, but seeing that, but where she has like a pilot outfit on. It's like, that's cool. It's like, I'm not getting the vehicles myself, but still pretty cool. It's like, and hopefully, it's like they'll give us an updated version of this, so we can have a better version of Baroness on the shelf with all the upgrades. But then here we have the G.I. Joe Classified. I just blanked on his head. Chrome Dome. Jay says, with collecting space is always the issue. It is. That's why I don't have that many vehicles. I only have like maybe like 3 or 4. I don't have that much. So always, but well, now I'm blanking on this guy's name. I feel stupid. Chrome Dome over here, if you will. What the heck's your name? Of course, you're not going to say, but you're from 2020 as well, because this is when they first started the classified series. Destro. Thank you, Jay. It's like I knew what it was. G.I. Joe against Cobra and Destro, fighting to save the day. That's what I always have to remember. But yeah, it's like, but this Destro is like, this is the classified version, so it's not entirely kind of like classic. It's like, because they did do a retro card version of this, but I just like this enough. I'm just like, it's like, I don't need another Destro. I think that this one is like as perfect to me as I need it. I don't need another one really for my collection, especially one that has the drawn on, the eyebrows. I think is like the new one, and even and even has like a new head sculpt. But I'm like, it's like I just like him like this. I think he's fine. I think he's cool, and he looks really, really cool. Like, and I like the kind of the different metal kind of like head, kind of thing that's going on there compared to the chrome mask. But Silent Rob says, I don't know much about G.I. Joe. I think the figures look cool. I just haven't looked into the show. I don't know the lore or anything. Honestly, I'm kind of the same, with you, Rob. It's like, I haven't really been into G.I. Joe really that much before. It's like, but I do kind of appreciate, the designs. Like for me, it's like, it was always, like Snake Eyes and kind of like Cobra Commander, like in Destro, like in Storm Shadow. It was always like the not normal, kind of like soldiers is like that I was always into. I just always like the crazy, weird characters. Yeah, and also it's like, the whole like the look of them. It's like, and how catchy like the show was and the tunes. It was just cool. It was just a cool little soldier kind of thing. But Jay says, but Jay says, honestly, I still like that first version. I do too. I think that this one is honestly a great figure. I think that they like knocked it right out of the park. You even have like the little gold gun there, and then with the case that has like all like the weird bomb tech stuff. And this one is this thing is like covered in dust because it hasn't been really touched. So excuse the poor looking on there, but it still looks great. I think it's honestly great. Who's the main protagonist? Well, we'll see him in a bit, but it's Duke. Spoilers, it's Duke. It's always Duke because he's the guy. Because you have to have an army guy who's got to be your good guy. But continuing on with Cobra, because we got a few on there before we get going. We do have a Cobra Trooper, where this was the Target exclusive version, kind of like their first one. It's like when they first starting to do do more Target exclusives with G.I. Joe, and they were kind of a nightmare. So you had Beachhead and this, I think, that coming out at the same time, and those were the two I was just able to get when they re-released them again. So this is technically like the second release of them, but it's like, but that's so cool. It's like, but Silent Rob says, dang, that looks so cool. It is. It's like this classified guy, it's like, but where he's all kind of like teched out, has the helmet can come off, and has the kind of like the cool glasses, but you can take those off. And those have, I don't want to break them, but you do have eyes under there, so if you want to have them without the goggles, it looks so cool. It's like, and I love like the weird guns and the armor, and has the giant rifle back there. He just looks so cool. But I like him with the with these. So I'll so one day I'll have to get like more kind of like, I guess, kind of like basic Cobra soldiers or troopers. I think that these look so good. I'm trying to get them where the skin's kind of showing. I think that's always been kind of like a problem with this one. It's hard to get it without the skin showing, but once you get it, I think it looks just badass. And this one, it's like, and it's also like a nice contrast to the nice, bright and clean the Cobra Commander. Have like your more darker, kind of grungy, yeah, kind of like evildoer, I guess so. It's like, or soldier in this case. Really, really, really cool. And you can see like the same kind of like aesthetics that come from this and this. And yeah, and of course it's more kind of like apparent with this because it's the same kind of design universe, but I think it still works very well with this. But Jay says, in my opinion, this is the coolest, the Cobra Trooper, that they have done. The retro version is good, but this is the coolest looking trooper that they have released, in my opinion. I would, but I would agree. It's like wholeheartedly. I wish I had a second one of these. It's like because a pair of these guys just look so cool. Together, it's like I wish I could have gotten two, but I only got the one. I could only get the one, but like it's like I had to see is like what other kind of like basic kind of troopers they got, because I know that they did they did a classified version, and then they also have, of course, the retro version. So I'll have to see kind of army build those. I would like to get at least like 4 or 6 of them, or maybe even like 5. Probably more like 4 or 6 if I can. Probably at least 4, but it's like I'm running out of space for the Joe spot already because there's so much Joe stuff, and I got a lot of it, especially kind of like early classified, and then kind of like but when they started to do more kind of like classic characters, but in the classified, and I just like some. So we'll see. But Jay says there is also, excuse me, three variations of this figure: blue collar, black collar. In the most rare version, he has a black waist piece crotch area. Oh, okay. I didn't even know about that. It's like, okay. It's like, well, this one has the blue crotch piece, but I didn't even know that. So blue collar, black collar. So this one also has just the blue collar. So I guess it's kind of like technically unpainted, technically. I don't know. But it's still really cool, though. It's a great looking figure and kind of scary. It's like if you're in the battle, it's like, and your opponent's that, it's like you're like, I don't know if I want to go against that, but but screw these guys. And then continuing on with more Cobra things going on, more kind of, I guess, kind of like more on the tech side, kind of like getting away here from human soldiers. You have the Bat robot here. This is like our more basic one. It's like I have a more beat up one, but this one I just like to kind of show off. Is like this one's just really cool, and you have like that classic kind of I guess kind of toy designs. Like this one isn't full on retro carded. I think that they are doing a retro card of this. I think they have announced it. I can't remember if they have or not. But in any case, it's like I think that this is kind of like definitely like the same kind of vibe. It's like with this as well. I think that this just works even better together. They look so good. It's like I wish that this did kind of have the chrome, kind of look at this, like, but I think it's like, it's nice to have like that special, kind of like thing for Cobra Commander to have that all chrome. So I think it works out. But Jay says these are awesome. If I could show you, my armies, I would. Hey, it's like, but be sure, it's like if you have an Instagram, Jay, but feel free, to follow me. We can chat up about figures. I don't mind. Yeah, but I remember it's like, but people were looking for this like all the time. It's like I think I remember, but when I got these bats, it's like, there was 2 on the shelf, and I grabbed the 2, or maybe I did leave one. I can't remember. It's like, but there was like another guy. I think he was there getting them as well, and I was like, and I just beat him to get in there. Like I was like just walking away with them in my hands to go check out. And and he just went to the toy section then and was looking at the Joes, and I was like, oh, I just freaking got these guys. And they're so cool. I love these figures so much. And then for our last kind of, I don't know if she's technically Cobra or just a bad guy. you know. Yeah, it's kind of yeah. Before our last kind of like our bad guys, I guess. Like I don't know if she's Cobra. It's like, well, she's kind of dreadnoughts, but I can't remember her name. Is like, but for more female, yeah, yeah, with the representation, and then also kind of have your kind of like your classic, yeah, kind of like character. Of course, she has the more modern hair, but I just kind of prefer it. But have like your classic kind of like your clothing with the ripped up jeans and the armor. Lumix, what's up, bro? Welcome. Yeah, we've been talking about yeah, the retro carded Cobra Commander from GI Joe, and we're comparing with all of our bad guys right now. Of course, we have a whole other side. Lumix says, "How's it been? It's been good, bro. I've just been busy, been working, been living. You know, it's like just making it through." And yeah, but Lumix also says, "Yeah, that figure looks amazing. It is amazing. Hope hope yeah, but hope that you've been good, Lumix. I've been seeing yeah, your Insta stories and all that kind of posting, doing your thing. It's like I'm kind of there in the shadows. I know, but it's like, but that's just how I've been. Yeah, that's always how I am. I'm trying to be better about it, but we'll see in due time. But we'll get her right there. But pretty nice figures to really look what's going on there. This thing, bro. Okay, whatever. But Rob says, "What's up, Lumix?" And Lumix says, "Hi, Rob. Hello, everyone. Thank y'all for joining me at my early live stream at 6:51. I know." And Lumix says, "I've been hunting, yeah, yeah, for figures these past few days, but nothing been really catching my eye." Well, hey, I get that. Yeah, but when I went hunting, yeah, kind of the other day, it's like I was like nothing like I really want. It's like, yeah, there's like a couple things that I saw. It's like I saw yeah, like a few cool things, and if you don't want to see, it's like it'd be cool. But Sound Rob says I have a couple of figures on the way. That's cool. It's like I did show off yeah, my weekly pickup, but not too bad. But Louis says I found that Electro from No Way Home, but I passed. But I don't blame you. Yeah, for passing up on that Electro. It's like yeah, but that figure looks really cool. It's like I kind of want to get it, but I'll kind of see. It's like I'll see. Yeah, but when I see it, it's like I did see the female Electro figure out there, also Chameleon as well. I need to get those figures because they just look so cool. Yeah, yeah, the female yeah, the female Electro, I'm kind of like iffy on because I just have the classic Electro and I think he's fine. Yeah, just by himself, it's like yeah, but the female Electro is pretty nice. Chameleon I need, but I did pick up Titania, so that's not too bad. But Jay said no, unfortunately I don't. It's like, oh, that's fine. It's like if you don't have an Insta J, that's cool. Yeah, but hopefully one day it's like, well, we can look at figures, but it's cool. But Jay said it's hard to find figures at retail anymore, for sure. I had some luck today, and surprisingly, at Walmart. Okay, that's good. It's like, well, Walmart's been pretty okay. It's like, yeah, they've been kind of improving on what they've been doing. But Sound Rob says, my camera stops pulling up, but Rob says yeah, I'm wanting to try to find the new Goku whenever that yeah, it starts dropping in stores. Oh yeah, that. Like I forgot that they have that because that's kind of like it's based off of like the exclusive, like the 2-pack, yeah, with him and Gohan, right? Because that one looks really cool. And Ludwig says I'm mainly looking for that crappy Steve figure, yeah, from the new movie. Hey, I don't blame you. It's like I've been kind of like debating on getting yeah, the Minecraft figures. Yeah, just because I actually did see that movie this week. It's like I saw it on Tuesday. So I was just like, yeah. It's like, so I've been at that high too, Lumix. It's like, I gotta be honest. It's like, I loved that movie so much. It would, yeah, but it was like so good to see with friends. Can this camera work? I guess not. It just doesn't want to focus. There we go. But Jay says I picked up another Saw Viper. I think that will give me to 5. Okay, that's cool. And Rob says, yeah, but I want Steve too, lol. It's like, I mean, it's like, but that Steve is like, It's like I've been kind of also wanting to get the creeper figure. It's like, but from like that 5-inch wave, it's like he might be too small, but it might not be too bad. Like, and I've been seeing like posts about it where it's kind of like actually the articulation is not too bad in the leg, so that's cool. And also, you know, it comes with flint and steel, so that's kind of tempting in itself. It's like, but I've been thinking about I might get kind of like where they've been doing the actual game, the actual the Minecraft game figures, and I might just get a Steve from there because I think I just like the full the full the full the video game version of Steve. I don't really care too much to get like a basic figure of the movie version because I would rather have an articulated like a full like an like a six a 6-inch scale. But like a video game Steve, maybe a little bit smaller. I wouldn't mind too much if he can get up to like the shoulder of a figure. I wouldn't mind it that much, but I don't know. But Silent Rob says I loved the movie lava chicken. Oh my god! Like, but you guys got no idea. But how much? My friends and I have been like messaging each other, like just all those Minecraft movie memes, just so much. So it's just crazy. But Lumix says I forgot. The Tamashi announced that they're starting a JoJo Bizarre Adventure line. I'm so flippin' excited. Oh yeah, it's like they are doing JoJo. It's like I saw that they were hinting at that. But Rob says nice, and Lumix says ooh. Like Lumix also says wasting money. Just uploaded about the new SH Figure Arts Goku hitting stores. Heck yeah! I didn't know that was already hitting stores, but that's nice. It's like, well, is that like the Goku? Yeah, that's kind of like the superheroes version. It's like because I've seen that at Target, but if you guys are talking about like the kind of like the new version that's actually more based off of like his more like original look, kind of like at the start of Dragon Ball, like but when he had Gohan, I think because that's the one that I'm thinking of. I don't know. I don't know what one you guys are thinking of, but Lumix says the new one that release is like a OG Z Goku look. Lumix says yes. I need to get that one for sure. Like I'll definitely plan on it. So that might be a future stream. And I've been doing all kind of Goku. Like Lumix says thumbs up, yeah. But if we want to talk about Minecraft movie, we can do that honestly. The rest of the stream, but we will move on to getting to our Joes now because we're done with our villains. So now we got to go with our real American heroes. So, of course, first we got to show off. Well, I think we're going to get Cobra Commander off of his stand just to do better for height, kind of accuracy. What, Lumix? But Lumix says, help, I decided to wear my stone mask, Egypt, and the Stardust Crusaders yelled, it's the enemy stand. And I introduced myself. I have a Dio voice, and they started using their stands. What the heck? But Jay says they knocked it out of the park with this Duke figure. I have to mainly agree. I do gotta say, the face sculpt I'm not really big on, honestly. I kind of like the classified version a little bit more. I think it's just kind of like just what I think of. Like when I think of Duke, it's like, but this figure still looks amazing. I love the whole look on it. I like the binoculars. I like the kind of like the more kind of like realistic, I guess. Yeah, kind of like the military guard, and he does have the more kind of like traditional rifle. When Silent Rob says, I didn't know what he looked like, I imagined him wearing a helmet. He does have a helmet accessory. It does actually have a visor, kind of thing, but it's not like an army helmet. yeah, yeah, if that's what you're thinking of, Rob, it is definitely more of like a more kind of like a sci-fi, yeah, kind of helmet, but it is pretty good. It's like, and it is kind of basic, but it's nice. Lulu says, I just got out of school like 2 hours ago. I might take a power nap. Hey, don't blame me. Like, I got out of work just about, what, like 4 hours ago? So, not too bad, but, you know, pretty, pretty good. But we're gonna keep on going with our comparisons, but love this Duke. It's really, really cool. But Luma says, I don't know what to think about the new Maximum series. So far, I think it's like it's kind of it's kind of like it's up to you. Yeah, just what you want to do. I'm gonna message. Sorry, I'm getting a message from people. Sorry if I'm knocking my camera. Okay, but yeah, I don't know what to think about the new Maximum series. Honestly, like watching like reviews, the Spider-Man I've been thinking about getting now is like because I'd be really down, yeah, to get another Spider-Man. I mean, like it's not like I have enough Spider-Mans already, but you know, it's like to add, it's like that specific look of Spider-Man. I wouldn't mind, and based on all the pictures that I've been seeing and all the poses that everything it can do, sounds like pretty impressive. So I'll probably pick up that one. Balloon says, "Oh, did you see that CT Toys is making a Mafex Gambit? I'm so excited for that one. I am too. I hope that actually does come out pretty well. I might pick that up. I've been debating on it, but it was like, yeah, it's kind of honestly, it's like, but with like the tariffs, yeah, that's going on right now. It's 100% kind of like increase in everything and prices. So kind of got to see what's going on, but I hope it's good. It's like, but I gotta. Oh yeah, it's like, but then also it's like to continue on with the Maximum series with the Hulk. I get the criticism. I think it could have done. It's like I think it could have been better, specifically in the head sculpt department, and kind of give. And it's supposed to be like the definitive Hulk. It's like I do like the new, yeah, the rubber body, but that does give more, yeah, kind of like articulation there. It's like, but most of it is kind of the same. It's like I do get that criticism there. That's just kind of like it's not really that different. It's like yeah, it does have new feet, you know, with the toe articulation. It's like and has like the cool, yeah, little like effects, and the fact it can do the thunderclap and has the hands for that is very nice. But it's like it's just kind of like it's just gonna take time, I think, to getting used to. Um, but Silent Rob says I have the yeah, the Mafex Toby on the way, and I'm going to put a matte clear coat on him. And I ordered the Fall Rule head for that too. Ooh, that I've been thinking about. It's like because I've been seeing that as well. It's like yeah, because I don't know if you can kind of see, but I do have. Hold on, Ben. But I do have yeah, the Marvel Legends with the SH Figure Arts head on there. I think that that's like my perfect combination for now. But that Mafex one, it looks pretty good. I do kind of like the proportions of the Marvel Legends myself. I think it's just kind of like enough for me to kind of like work with it. But I definitely need to get one of those, one of those, yeah, the custom, the Fa Rule heads, because he has like perfect sculpts. I've been meaning to get one, but I just haven't been able to because I've just been not able to. I don't know, because I'm lazy and I can't plan it out. Lily says, "Oh crap, Rob, yeah, that figure is so dope. It looks so dope. Yeah, it honestly does." It's yeah, but Rob says, and the other figure on the way is the Mafex Daredevil. Ooh, man, oh, like, yeah, but that Mafex Daredevil, like, y'all have been like praising it too much. It's like, and I've been seeing way too many pictures, and I've been like slowly coming around to it, but I'm just kind of like, it's like I might just wait till Marvel Legends makes one because they can make a really good one, and they can, yeah, yeah, release that anytime they want. So I'm gonna probably just wait out a bit honestly, still, it's like until we can get a really good one from Marvel Legends, because that's mostly my collection. So we'll kind of see. But Louis says, "Are you going to do it like Spider Criminal did?" And Silent Rob says, "Yes." And Louis says, "That's dope." And Silent Rob says, "I'm excited." Lol. It's like definitely excited. It's like it's always cool to get new figures and to mess around with them, kind of get your own upgrades. But and Louis says, "I just hope and pray SH Figure Arts doesn't ruin this line for JoJo, and I pray the prices are under 70." I don't know about under 70, over but over like under 70 is like maybe if they can do it right, but we'll see. Like it'll just take some time. But like like just gotta hope that everything's not gonna be too awful, but it's been pretty bad right now. It's like because we have an idiot who's out there making the decisions, who doesn't even know what he's doing. So whatever. But Son Rob says, it's like, yeah, we're not gonna get political, but screw that guy. Screw him for screwing up our toy collecting. So dumb. But Son Rob says, I had the Marvel Legends Daredevil from from the 3-pack, but I gave it to my friend Baggins Frodo's. Well, that's a cool name. It's like, but I kind of wish, I kind of wish that I did get that version because it's a nice clean version. But I did want, but I did like prefer like the alternate, the red on Daredevil mainly. It's like my main shelf, Daredevil 2 is also, the Mayfect, so I'm pretty happy with that right now. But it's kind of old. It's definitely kind of its time. Yeah, it's definitely aged more. But it's like, but then also it's like I kind of wish I also did pick up that 2-pack version of the Spider-Man animated version of him, and he was all kind of like cell shaded because that was really really cool. So I wish I had that, and also it's like, and also to have the Hydra Man and the all blue was so cool. It's like I really wish that they would like have that released again or have that more readily available because that figure looks so cool. We'll see in time. But Jay says the only Legends Daredevil I have is the Netflix one, but I feel it's a pretty good figure. Oh, the Netflix one's pretty good. Like some people kind of hound on it because it is kind of old, but I always liked it. It's like I thought it was like a pretty good, a representation of that version. Of course, the head sculpt isn't perfect. It's like especially back then, it's like with Hasbro, they couldn't really get head sculpts, kind of like accurately, right, when it comes to even, even with the helmeted, but like with kind of like real faces, they couldn't really do that well back then, but they can even do them way better now. But Lumix says I heard a new Daredevil is coming soon from from Marvel Legends, but not the reborn one. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna do one soon. I mean, it's been a while since we've had a comic Daredevil. People have been clamoring. It's like, and people, have even been kind of like, well, maybe it'll be the maximum. And I doubt it, and I doubt that people will really, really want that because, especially now, it's like with that again. Oh, we're bored again. No, you're good. I don't mind it. And Sunrob says the new Daredevil, from Born Again looks nice. I pre-ordered it. Okay, I didn't pre-order it. It's like I think it looks really cool. I think it is going to be more accurate. I just have to get used to that costume, and I haven't even like watched the show yet, so I gotta still watch it at some point. But we'll see in due time. But comparing. It's like, but continuing on, with our comparisons, and we're just all talking about toys, but this is fun. But where we have the Retro Carded Scarlet, looks pretty nice. I think this is one of like their better, their female figures. I feel like the head sculpt still isn't like there, or at least like the paint. It's just like it's kind of weird, but I like it. So pretty cool. But Lily says I haven't been keeping track with Monster Arts and Haya, but I saw some photos of the Shimo, and wow, it's so gorgeous. It is, with Haya, it's like they're still doing, kind of like God's work, when it comes to Godzilla figures. It's like the Shimo, it's way better. It's like, but then, then the Monster Arts, and it's like, and it's like a third of the price, I believe. So it's like, it's already like a major win for them. But they've been doing like stuff like they announced like the other day, like a special color version of the Millennium Godzilla, with the orange, the spikes. I guess it's like an explosion effect, and it has like a heat ray, so it's really really cool. It looks so cool. But Son of Rob says the show is great. I think you'll enjoy it. Hopefully, I will. It's like I've been hearing a lot of like mainly good things about it, but it's like kind of like mixed things, especially like now. I guess like the later season is kind of weird, but it still looks pretty cool. But Jay says amazing Scarlet. The way you can take the bolts for her crossbow out is amazing for sure. It's like I like having that different like variety. That you can do that, and then the fact that you can actually store them, and she took everything down, and she has the different head sculpts as well, and the different hair pieces there. But she took over everyone. Okay, Destro, get over there. Everyone stand, please. Everyone's feet are kind of small, I'll be honest, so they don't really stand that well, and they're kind of flimsy. Especially like these early classified figures. It's like they're kind of a little bit on the old side. They're getting there in age. I mean, it's like, well, this one's going to go in a box at some point. But not too bad. We're going to get Duke. Duke, fix your thing. You basic man. Yeah, you soldier man. But Jay also says that head sculpt is fire. It's pretty good. I like it. It's actually really nice. It's very nicely done. Yeah. Stop. You're screwing up everything. We're going to get Baroness in here. Here. Okay. I got to just do it right. Okay. That better? Well, she's not looking at the camera for one, so no. That's a little better. Okay. Duke, here. Scarlet, I gotta have you move your thing. There she is. We can get her to stand. But Lumix says, I can't wait for Jada Toys like Invincible figures. I hope they made Alan. I haven't even seen Invincible either. It's like, but hopefully, those are good figures. Because I have seen like I think it is like the Diamond Select ones, and they looked okay, but it's like they can't really get it that well. It's like they kind of need to do like their own thing with some of their stuff. But it looks alright. But I hope that Jada will do great. It's like, but Jada's been like knocking it out of the park. So I'm excited for those two anyways, because they're probably gonna be good figures. But Jay says it sucks that Hasbro only include stands with the retro figures. I've had to go with the secondary market for figure stands. Don't blame you. It's like I don't really use the stands that much. I feel like that they just take up too much room. In my humble opinion. It was like because I just wanted to fit as many as I can. And it's like, and then all the characters, that I can fit. It's like whenever it's like I get a figure to stay, it's like I think it'll stay 99% of the time. It's just like you just gotta battle with it. It's always a battle, but in due time. It's like, but definitely like, but more companies should definitely include like even like basic like round stands. That's just like a 1 foot stand would even help. It's like I don't know why they don't even like try to do that, because because we're paying so much now anyways. I think like a foot stand it would be nice. Just like a nice little thing. A nice little like a throw in that they can do every time. Be like, hey, it's like no matter like what price a figure is, it's like you're gonna get a stand, whatever it is. So it'd be nice. And Lumix says also those Scooby-Doo figures look very good. The Shaggy and Mummy Man look so well made. They do. I've been debating on it if I really do want to get those figures. I think I will. Because it's like, you just kind of need. Yeah, it's kind of, but I just like, it's, yeah, I kind of like, I really need, like to get them, like, yeah, like, yeah, just based on like just the hype alone. And then it's like just so long, it's like we haven't ever had a Scooby do kind of like the gang, the mystery gang, the mystery gang, like an articulated, in 6-inch scale. It's like, and they knocked it out of the park. It's like the mummy figure looks so good, and then even I think like the creeper, yeah, I think his name is like that figure looks so good, and they have unmasked heads and accessories, and that's really cool. Yeah, like, and Shaggy looks amazing. So it's like, and then they even like tease like a Scooby as well there. So it's like, and then that figure looks perfect. So it's like, you need it. It's like, it looks so cool. But Jay says, I watched a Chinese guy on YouTube. He would push down on the shoulders of the figures, and it really actually helped stand them up without a stand. Kind of a cool trick. Okay. So let's say it's like, okay, so let's say I got like Cobra Commander like this. So if you do this, what, yeah, but well, with the legs, I guess it's kind of like, you really want to make sure that they are straight, but I get that. It's like if you're using all your force to make sure that they're there, it's like, but I always feels like it's like, yeah, but I'm always thinking like, well, you got ankles and you got, yeah, rotation and stuff. It's like, so it's really like, you still got to work on the legs, I think, a bit, but in due time. It always works in time. But Louis says, it was fun talking to you. I'm going to get my snooze in. I hope you have a good afternoon. I hope you do too, Lumix. Thank you so much for joining in, for hanging out. It's always great to see you, bro, and see you posting about stuff. Well, I almost just fell over, but thank you. It's like for joining us, and hope you have a good nap, bro. Always healthy enough to have a nap if you feel you need one. But then we're getting out the G.I. Joe Classified Snake Eyes, and this is the first version. It's just my preferred version. It's my shelf. Snake Eyes is like, I do have the 2-pack version, where he came with Timber, kind of like in his commando gear. But I just like this one. It's like, and this one is just it's like, and this is what I always think of when I think of Snake Eyes. In my opinion, I always think of like the ninja version, because he has the sword and the whole thing. But Jay said but Jay said it's a cool version. My favorite is the Walmart exclusive. The retro card, very expensive now. Really? I feel like people were like complaining about that figure because it wasn't really like that amazing, I guess. It's like, but that's like the design of it. It's like, so it doesn't really matter that much. It's really like your preference, I guess, on it. It's like, but I remember it's like some people were just like complaining about it. I think because it reuses like another body that's weird. So I don't know for sure. Because like, I always thought about it's like, but getting those, it's like, and maybe like army building those, because they're kind of like basic SWAT guys. It's like, and the commando Snake Guys, the classified version, I actually kind of like a lot because he's more beefier and kind of bigger, and I think he just works a little bit better as kind of like a commando version. But I still like this ninja Snake Eyes. He's always my Snake Eyes. I just like the mask. Yeah, it's always this kind of type of mask was always like the one I thought of. But now going back over to the retro line, where we have Gung Ho, who I think was in our very first live stream unboxing, either our first or second one, because he was a part of like the haul. Is like where I was like, you know what, I gotta start doing live stream unboxings or something. It's like but this figure looks amazing. It's like, I love this retro look, with the all teal kind of colors, and with the with the brownish with the brownish greens, and then like the classic head sculpt, and then the hat as well with the bald head. So it looks really, really cool and has the classic, like the shooter there as well. So very, very nice. And I think that they look great together. And he is a bigger boy, so different kind of size of what you're looking there. Love that gung ho. I kind of wish we had like an in between, between the between the classified and this retro one, because I do like that classified. A little bit now. It's like it's a little much now. It's like, but this one's like it's kind of like your basics, and it just works so well. Jay also says, but this version of Gung Ho is better than is better than the classified for sure. It's definitely better than the classified. I would agree with that. But then moving on to still staying, coming back to the classified line, but getting with more, I would say, kind of like more classic characters or retro characters, or what I think of as retro characters. So we have Spirit, I think that's his name, with his eagle up there. It's like with these, it's like of course, this was kind of like a later. It's like, but when they were really getting into the classified series and doing more kind of like, I guess, unique characters. It's like, but Spirit was always one that I always remembered, one I always thought of, and I think he just looks so great. A little bit more of like a modernized, but I think he still works. It's like, but with these retro toys and figures, I think it's just kind of like it's just like the darker colors, like, but it still kind of works because with the retro, really cool. Spirit with freedom. But Jay says that this is one of the best figures that they have ever done. I would agree. I think overall, it's like for what you're getting, for what you're getting, like for the price, it's like perfect, and it just looks amazing. It looks so cool. I love this figure so much. Really, really cool. We're gonna get over here a little bit more. That over, get Cobra Commander. Everything kind of more straightened out. There we go. But then Silent Rob says that Eagle, though, the Eagle is so cool, and then the fact that it even comes with interchangeable wings, so it has like the full the wings out, so it can like have a flying pose. It's just really cool. It's just awesome. It's an awesome figure. Like and they always do great. But with their animal figures, it's always like nearly perfect. It's like as perfect as you can get. It's like compared to to other companies too. But then our last comparison, and with the Joe team, I put in Barbecue, just because it's like he just definitely gave me those classic Joe vibes. Definitely definitely a more of like a gimmick type of character, where there's like your firefighter, kind of armored up guy, but he looks so cool. And, it's like the full mask thing and armored up. He has like the blacked out, like the visor, and this is the chrome. So very, very different looks. Is like, but still kind of work in the same universe, despite being a kind of, I guess, modern kind of upgrade to this, but still very classic, I think, in style and feel. So we'll get him back there, and so that axe, giant axe, and then you have the small one, and then you have the big container there, with your with your flamethrower. Really, really cool, really nice, just all around so great. So there we go. Here's all of our figures that we've been looking at to show off this new Cobra Commander. Let me scoot this over. I think that's better. What we want to do here, I'm gonna have her get over here, kind of like Barbecue. Okay, there we go. We'll kind of center this up, move this camera a bit more. And there we go. Here is our full array. Showing off all of our figures, showing our upgrade to our previous Cobra Commander. Just showing him off with all the other characters on the Cobra side and extra villains, and then all with the Joes with retros and classified. So very, very cool figure. Really, really nice. Just a ton of fun. Has a good amount of accessories with the stand, with the extra hands, with the little knife, and with the gun and the sheath on the back. Little plate there. Very, very cool. Definitely a needed upgrade from this one. Definitely would like to get the get the box version, but this one is like, it's just so cool. I love this figure so much, and hope y'all have enjoyed kind of like hanging out and checking out this figure, and sticking around for the early show. So yeah, so just expect the same thing next week as always on Friday, but next week it's going to be at 8 as usual. But this might be like our normal schedule where it's like 1 week we're going to do at 8, and then another week it's like we'll do at 5:30, and then Jay says definitely I'll subscribe. I really appreciate that, Jay. Appreciate the support. Hopefully to see you in it in any of the future the live streams. But this has been a lot of fun. And Silent Rob says, always enjoy your lives and videos. Thank you, Rob. It's like I've been enjoying watching your VODs of your live streams. It's like I hope you're doing well, bro. And I've really been enjoying your little your stop motion that you sent to me and also posted. It's so cool. Like, it's cool that y'all are making stuff and that you're having fun, especially during these hard times. Yeah, and then we can all have a little fun and a little bit of escape. Oh, there we go. But even still, amazing figures, a great time, a lot of fun. But yeah, but if y'all have any questions or have any last minute things, but Silent Rob says, I appreciate that, brother. Always, bro. Always, man. Always need to support each other. Always need to uplift each other and just have fun. But yeah, but if y'all have any questions or want to see anything else or want to compare anything, I don't have a whole lot. I got a bit of Joe, but I don't have a whole lot of variety. I'm just kind of, I'm very kind of like narrow with what I got. But if there's any questions or anything that y'all want to see in the collection in general for the last few minutes, because I think we'll go a few more minutes just to get to a full 2 hours, because it seems like the algorithm kind of likes that. What are you doing next week? What am I doing next week? Says Rob. For next week's stream, if you're talking, just stream wise, I don't really know. I haven't really thought about it that much. There might be like a couple things, but it's like I might pick up some stuff. Because I don't really have that much. It's like, it's like there might be like one thing. I don't know. We'll really have to see. It'll be in due time. I just got to pick up figures, honestly, and then just go through just what I have. Because now I'm starting to like dwindle on kind of like the stuff that I have, and then really interest on the stuff that I do have and doing specifically streams about them. And then also, of course, it's like we're not going to be doing Turtles for a while, so no Turtles for this whole month. We got to give them a break because we gave them a whole month. So we'll see. It'll be in time. We'll see what goes on. But Rob says, yeah, I feel that, haha, no pressure. Oh yeah. It's like, and then also, it's like, it's been for me, like I need, it's like, and also it's like, I've just been I've been kind of selective with, with the stuff I'm buying, but I'm also like, I'm okay now. Like I can go get out a figure if I want. Like, I'm okay. It's like, I just got to get back into it. Yeah, because I've been, I haven't really been out of the game, but I've been slowing down. But Jay says 2 Crimson Guards for before your Cobra Commander. You should check out Joe Fest this June if you happen to be in Augusta, Georgia. I'm nowhere near Georgia, bro. Sorry. It's like I wish I could. But definitely, but Joe Fest, it definitely feels like crazy. It's like, but I gotta look up, to get some Crimson Guards, for this guy. So we'll look into it. We'll see what goes on. It's like I just need more, but Cobra soldiers. At least, for my sake, it's like I need a whole army at this point. I also need to get more, kind of like soldiers, like in all my collections. It's like when it comes to like Shield, Hydra, AIM, all those guys. I know that's a lot of Marvel, but it's like, yes, I collect the Marvel Legends. I do collect DC, but they don't really have that many army builders. I don't really think of. I don't really know who has an army besides like a whole, like demon armies. But that's kind of like usual in guys in suits. But Sana Rob asked, "What's your favorite Mafex figure that you have?" Ooh, that's actually a really good question. What Mafex figures do I have? I have a couple Spider-Man. I do have a CT Toys. I don't know if that would technically count. We're not going to count it. What other Mafex do I have? I feel like I have a couple. Also have the Spider-Verse. Yeah. It's mainly like Spider-Man, but I guess like my favorite, one of my favorites kind of has to be this, the Mafex Spider-Man. Kind of, their third version in the brighter colors, but I have a custom, where this is the PVC Bake Shop Spider-Man, the animated series head sculpt. I think it just works so well, even as a comic version of Spider-Man. I think it's just the best one. Is like I do really, really do like the Scarlet Spider, but he is kind of scary to kind of pose around. But I think he's perfect, especially with this custom jacket, from Bestly Studio. I think that's his name, or like Beely. I think it's Bestly Studios. It's like really, really cool. Definitely an upgrade. He just killed everyone. I'm gonna get him going. I also have the Mafex, the Peter B. Parker, from Into the Spider-Verse. I think that one is pretty good. I just have a Marvel Legends Peter B. Parker head on it, but I definitely need to get more Mafex at some point. I just told everyone, Cobra Commander, are you okay? Are you not dead? I don't think you're dead. You're fine. It's always Scarlet. Always Scarlet. It's always Duke. Always these two that can't handle themselves. But Sada Rob says, that looks very nice. Yeah, it's really cool. But Jay says, I'm Cobra Lala on Makari if you need some more Cobras for your army. I'll definitely be looking into it then. Jay, I definitely appreciate these suggestions. Like, I'll be sure to look you up and see what you got going on, because I always like supporting other creators and other local businesses. I mean, it's like, because I always try to, specifically, it's like always try to get to my comic shops, always support them. I'm just very selective, and it's like they're always sometimes a little bit more expensive with certain stuff, so that's just how it is. But my guys are cool. It's like I always can get some good stuff from them. It's like I need to pick up, like a few figures, from both of my local comic shops, because I got a couple. Because they got some, some bangers. It's like some, for some very good prices. So it's something to do, but it'll be in time. It'll be something to do at some point. But I think if y'all don't have any other questions or suggestions or want to look at anything else, I think we're gonna call this stream a good. Oh, okay. But Jay says I have good prices. Just send me a message and say, you know, YouTube live chat, and I'll cut you a deal if you need anything I have. Oh, okay. It's like, well, I appreciate that, Jay. Like, I really appreciate, you know, the connection there. Yeah, I'll definitely be sure, yeah, to check you out. I'll have to kind of, yeah, remind myself that. It's like, but I can just come back here and look at this at any time. Yeah, just like anyone who's looking in the future, you know, future people who watch these videos. But, you know, okay, but I think we're gonna head on off, y'all. You know, I'm gonna show for another minute or two. So, you know, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, and comment what you want to see on the channel so I can check out the rest of my stuff. Check out the Instagram. It's kind of admittedly kind of dead right now because I haven't been doing any pictures because I've been busy. But yeah, but hope y'all have enjoyed. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, y'all who have been here on the stream, been sticking around, been going, been coming and going, all that stuff. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the recent support. Have a good evening. Take care. Yeah, take care, everybody, says Jay. Thank you, Jay. And Rob says, I hope you have a great weekend and week, dude. Thank you, Rob. Sadly, I got to work tomorrow. So that's why we're doing the stream so early. But thank y'all for the support. Thank you for hanging out. Hope y'all have a good one. Goodbye. Rob says, you too, Jay.